Today we're going to be talking about some national and international issues that we've been seeing a lot about on social media. Our first issue is going to be death penalty. So, obviously death penalty has been a worldwide debate for many years now. I'd just like to start by saying that only 32 states continue to use the death penalty, and even the states that offer this penalty often don't use it. Personally, I think that we should ban the death penalty. I don't think it's necessary, especially if a lot of states don't even use it that often. It's like, what's the point? I think that financial cost to taxpayers, it'll be a lot cheaper to keep someone in jail for life versus putting them on for the death penalty. It also violates the cruel and unusual punishment that's listed in the Bill of Rights. You have the quote, "Why kill people who kill people?" to show that killing people is wrong. That just doesn't even make sense. Finally, mentally ill patients could be put to death when they can need serious help. They're just going to be put to death. Like, what's the point of that?
Right. Well, I would have to say that I disagree with you. I'm personally pro-death penalty. I think that, victims of the families get some closure when the person is put to death. I think that justice is served in those cases. And I also think that, with DNA testing and all the testing we have today, most of the time the person who is put to the death penalty is guilty. We have all that information. And the death penalty helps with overpopulation in prison systems. So I think that overall it serves a purpose in most cases.
Those are good points as well. Just to talk about a few statistics, 82% of all the executions that have been made since 1976 have been made in the South. So clearly the South is doing a lot more than any other place. Also, since 2013, statistics show that executions have been decreasing, and the people that are facing the death penalty at that time the number is decreasing as well. So, we'll just agree to disagree, I guess, on this topic.
Okay. All right.
Next,
we're going to talk about privacy and surveillance in the U.S. The issue of privacy is very prevalent in the U.S. today. The Edward Snowden leak case exposed some of the, practical elements of the National Security Agency and their surveillance operations that were unknown to a lot of Americans. The case also revealed how divided the nation is on whether or not the government should be allowed to intrude on privacy to protect national security. So, what do you think?
I think that once you put something out, especially on social media, you're basically giving it the okay for anyone to view it. I think the government has the right to invade any privacy like that, at least. Especially if it's helping something related to a terrorist, then definitely. Like, if you're putting it out there like that, then definitely the government has a right to hack into that.
I would have to say I agree with you on that. The leak case just brings up a lot of questions on the limits of our privacy rights. Pew Research Center did a survey, and 56% of Americans think that the NSA getting secret court orders to track millions of Americans' calls, they think that's acceptable. They think that intrusions of privacy are sacrifices that, we should be making to protect the country. And privacy expert Elizabeth Goten finds it ironic that the same people unwilling to trust the government and any other walk of life are oddly willing to give absolute trust when it comes to national security. So I think that national security is very important to Americans, and, it's one of the risks we're willing to take.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a debate for a long time to come. I don't see us anytime soon coming to an agreement on that, at least as a country. So next we're going to talk about Ukraine and everything that's going on there. So apparently it started with Hillary Clinton, and Ukraine had asked us for help, well, more specifically, I guess, Hillary Clinton, and said, listen, we're going bankrupt. We're going to be taken over by somewhere if we don't get help. So according to research, Hillary Clinton just kept refusing to help, and now Russia is taking over.
Wow.
As of Monday, Ukraine's president, Alexander, demanded that the military be pulled out due to Russian threats. And Russia has now taken over, I believe, every one of Ukraine's military bases. So, I mean, some people are pinning it on Hillary Clinton, others are not. But it kind of comes along with the question, like, should we have helped? Or did we do the right thing by ignoring it and focusing more on our country before anyone else's?
I think that, a lot of people would think that Hillary Clinton should have reached out to them, but I'm just going to play devil's advocate here and just say, like, maybe we shouldn't be involved. Maybe she did the right thing by not involving the country in foreign affairs,
Mm-hmm.
just because maybe that could cause a conflict with Russia. Like, say we did get involved and then a conflict turned out with Russia, and then we would have a problem ourselves. So maybe, some people think that she shouldn't have been involved.
I mean, I agree with that to some extent. I just think that, God forbid, we're ever in a serious time of crisis and we need help from surrounding countries. How are we supposed to expect that help if we can't help out somewhere like Ukraine, who is currently under attack by another country? I mean, I guess it could go either way. Lindsey Graham believes that Obama's administration and their weakness and indecision is what pushed Russia's president, Vladimir, to attack Ukraine and basically make them live in fear.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean that's his opinion. Personally, I think we should have helped, but that's just my opinion.
I see both sides. I definitely do. So next, we're going to talk about Malaysian Airlines Flight 370, which disappeared. And then recently, it's been found that they landed in the Indian Ocean. So just a little bit about that. Malaysia's Prime Minister said Monday that further analysis of satellite data confirmed that the missing Malaysian airliner went down in the southern Indian Ocean. The news of the airliner's flight appeared to end hopes for the finding of survivors. So basically, I think we should just talk about that issue. And, I don't really know how he was supposed to handle that, with the breaking of the news to the families.
Mm-hmm.
It was obviously very, heartbreaking. So I guess we can just discuss that.
I mean, first of all, I think it's crazy that this huge plane is lost and no one could find it for so long. I mean, how long's it been?
It was about 2 weeks. Mm-hmm.
I think that's crazy. I mean, I definitely think, in my personal opinion, that it has something to do with the terrorist attack. I mean, I forget where I heard. I heard somewhere that there were 2 people on the plane who had fake passports. I mean,
Right.
it's just all too sketchy and
Yeah, that's shady. That's shady right there. But I think that in this time, people are asking, what can the prime minister do to, suppress anger and fear of terrorist attack, or, what's going on? Why did this plane go missing?
Mm-hmm.
And it also came up that, the information of it dropping in the Indian Ocean was like, it could have been found out earlier if he hadn't overlooked the satellite data. So, I mean, it's hard for people not to blame him when he overlooked that information.
I mean, that's kind of a big deal just because you're
Yeah.
dealing with so many people's lives, and I don't know. It's just a really tough situation that we lose a plane that is that big
It's
with
definitely
that
tragic.
many people on it.
Yeah.
All right. So next we're going to be talking about a wild card debate. So today for our wild card, we're going to be talking about how a few elephants actually escaped from a circus. This past Saturday around 5, St. Louis Dispatch reported that about 3 elephants had escaped from the Moolah Shrine Circus, and they escaped from the Family Arena in St. Charles. So, I mean, I don't know how nobody saw 3 elephants walking out of a circus.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So what happened? Did they crash some stuff? Smush some stuff with their big old feet?
They actually just damaged a few cars, like the sides, as they were probably trying to get through. But, like, who's going to be held responsible for that? The circus or the state? Does the state
I don't know,
fix
but
that damage? How do elephants escape?
I would find somebody, because if an elephant ruined my car, it'd be on and popping.
I don't know. That's pretty crazy.
It's crazy. It's funny, though. It's real funny.
So that concludes all of our issues for today.
See you.